Hello, everyone, and blessings. Namaste. This is Tefnut. I know it's been a while since I've done a reading, but I felt inspired with this Gemini full moon that we're about to embark on, being a earthly Gemini, but soul Cancerian, water being, and air. Yes, so I wanted to do this reading from our place. I hope you're enjoying the view, but it's the best lighting I can see right now with all the beautiful candles right behind us and the cards right here on the bed. I thought this was a great opportunity to come out again and share my light and my message of divine union with all of you. And some of you may have seen the videos I've recently made. I've been a lot of live videos, but I thought I would make a recording tonight and really share this message of illumination, of this emergence of this twin moon, I'm calling it. The Gemini moon is the twin moon, and it is about the emergence of the divine feminine, divine masculine. There's a lot of alchemical processes that have been going on energetically with us merging the 3D and 5D together. And a lot of this new energy that's entering right now has to do with the new earth, which the divine twin flames, or the 144, are working on currently. And this is expanding the mission and the soul purpose, and really coming into an essence of really rising each other up wherever you are on your union, on your path, on your journey, on your mission. We're integrating some really, really powerful light codes right now. There is a Sirius portal that I believe opened up, and I've been seeing a lot of signs of the word, even the word of Sirius, which is the star portal, and very much connected to the pyramids in the Gaza Strip. And I'm doing actually an activation tonight. The intention is to go to Avalon for it, but we'll see how many sign up. And the intention is for the energy of the full moon to really enter this emergence of the alchemical energy of Osiris and the divine queen Isis. And we're going to be transforming that energy together in the sacred ceremony with water and sound and healing. And this is exactly what some of the twin flames are doing right now, like remembering the lineages they came from, the all essences is like coming to the wholeness, and I'm calling it the holy union right now. The work we're doing is the holy union, from dimension of love to holy union. So just give yourself that extra love, give yourself the extra light. I'm going to give you a bit of this rose quartz crystal love and send you out some beautiful union energy codes which are coming through right now, and I'm offering those as sessions, divine alchemy union sessions and union packages. And the amazing course I'm starting, which is going to offer a 1-year membership, is called the 144 Twin Flames, Twin Rays, New Earth Codes of Creation, which is starting on the 22nd of December 2018, and then it goes until February 22nd. And then from that point, we enter the gateways of the energies of the energy of the creation of the membership. The membership starts in January, but the course starts in December. So wanted to let you all know about that and energetically attune you to the frequency of union, because union is a really beautiful energy right now. It's this portal of union coming together and really doing the work with our twin and trusting them and allowing that space to open and this divine essence to blossom and bloom and completely surrender into the heart right now. So I wanted to give you that message, that flow of divinity and that love. And let's get into the cards. There's some beautiful messages that have come through and that are coming through right now. I am offering private sessions, so definitely check out the links below and come and join the transmission for the full moon in Gemini. I have an interesting bit of information on it on the website, and I'll link it below as well. You can read about it and check it out. Okay, let's get into the reading. The energies that surround the reading, this is the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine union reading. The union is really, really high right now. The energy of creation, the energy of even the energy of this holy Christed sun that is returning from the galactic sphere to birth a new earth is really, really powerfully coming through, because the two cards that came through is the sun. Like that was actually the message after the reading came through, which was below. The sun, which is about good messages, good news, children, illumination, solar energy, represents the sun god. It represents the masculine. It represents the new masculine. It represents the new energy of divine masculine, the new children, the new codes, the new systems, the new empowerment, the new forward moment, the new energy of love, the liberation, the success, the empowerment, the coming home, the birthing, the Christed consciousness, and the new birth of that energy of new earth. The second card that surrounds this, which is really connected to the Holy Trinity right here, if you look at that as solar energy, which has been one of my inspirations of my movement of creating this energy with all of you, which has been the sun, about creating children, about fertility, about new earth, about the divine children rising, about the divine angelics rising, the divine masculine rising in a new way, and us birthing a new earth here on with good messages and positive flow, light, and creation. And the next card, which is connected to the Holy Sun, is the Holy Twins, which is the Two of Cups. And it's crowning this essence of energy of Lionsgate, Kundalini awakening, essence of the divine feminine, divine masculine, giving each other the cup, handing each other the cup over, and surrendering and full emergence on all energies of balance and equilibrium. I really believe that the divine masculine has been rising in a new way that the divine feminine has not seen yet before, and this is a new holy energy, the Holy Trinity. Again, the Holy Sun is very connected to that. I see this as baby Jesus, and we are entering this November essence is very, very powerful time, because we have all these holidays, and it just marks this cluster of holidays for whatever religion you're celebrating. It's the return of the sun, the return of the solar energy, returning inward, but returning into that new energy frequency, the returning of the new year in essence, depending on how you celebrate your new year, wherever you are. But this returning of the sun, and this returning of the Christed light, this returning of new energy, this returning and rebirth. It's like a rebirth of the sun, and like awakening of new energy, and transforming the story of the Holy Trinity, even the story of baby Jesus, or however you see Krishna, and all those aspects of those stories now returning to a rebirth on earth and a holy essence of union. And this holy union has everything to do with the divine union, divine birth, divine union is very connected. And a lot of these star beings are being very called to come here to earth and transform the frequency of this planet. And we have the holy union right here. We have the holy cups, the holy grail coming into emergence of one, the angelic wings. We have the energy again of that essence of the Lion's Gate, really, really beautiful, powerful portal of Leo. So I'm feeling there's a lot of Leo energy coming through, because the sun is represented by Leo. So if there's any Leos in your lives, or just this rejuvenation of life, empowerment, love, like rising of the sun, like that is just such a powerful energy of Ra, right? That Egyptian energy, the solar god. We're going to get into the next part of the reading, but before we start into that, the next aspect that was like the outermost energy, that's like the theme of this reading for divine masculine and divine feminine. That's also this encompassing Holy Trinity right here. We have the divine priestess with a pomegranate of fertility, balance, and yin and yang, the pillars, even the code of 11. If you see that right there, we have an 11 here, even though it's a 2, and we have a 1-1-11 here, so it's 11-11. A lot of crown chakra energy being activated right now by the Holy Feminine. This aspect represents fertility and the womb and the wisdom, the fruits, the abundance. This also symbolizes the energy of High Priestess, of creating that aspect of the holy energy, the divine feminine. So I really feel like this divine feminine and divine masculine energy, Holy Son, Holy Mother, Holy Aspect, Holy Trinity is coming forth. And this is also very much marking the energy of Christmas that's coming through. Holy Christmas, or Krishna, however you want to see it. This returning of birth, this returning of the sun, this returning of the light, this returning home, this returning of the new Christed energy, of the new Christed consciousness, of the new Holy Trinity, the Holy Union, aspecting that essence, because the divine masculine is coming home. And this is this victory. The wreath is also a symbol of Christmas. So there's a lot of beautiful energy between now and Christmas and just the holidays. Coming home, being victorious, being abundant, being fertile, creating children, creating family, bringing everything together. So, the holiness, the sun, the union, the victory, and love. Like that is just the holy victory of union. And that's literally where we've all been doing this alchemical process. And I can literally feel it down my spine right now as I'm talking about these words and aspecting that returning of light, the returning of love. And I feel like that's why we celebrate these holidays. We celebrate these energies. We celebrate all essence of however we may celebrate holidays, or even giving thanks. Celebrating the Holy Union, infinity, the Holy Trinity, which equals the Father, or the energy of the Christed child coming through, of the solar energy, of the lunar energy. And right now, with this emergence of the Gemini full moon, is an aspect of the holy twin moon. I don't really want to speak with that. That feels nice. The holy twin moon is illuminating the aspect of divine masculine, divine feminine, the 11 energy, because Gemini is actually symbolized by the 2 pillars and then the bits at the bottom, which can symbolize an 11. And it equals the Lover's card in the tarot deck. So there's this coming home, this infinity, union, harmonization, equilibrium, balance, yin and yang, emergence of all this energy, the solar and the lunar aspect. Gemini is symbolized by Mercury energetically, but is this twin energy of the dynamic that's coming to wholeness of what we've been working on. And if you have a birthday in June, or you did, it's kind of coming up to that 6-month period, which is like that midpoint of the midpoint where your solar return is. So it is literally yin and yang, the light and the dark, the shadow and the light. So we're coming into that emergence right now, aspecting that wholeness, and I've hit 13 already, that's all right. Aspecting that wholeness, coming together, that body of beautiful holy grail wine, the aspect of love coming into the heart, coming to the aspect of what we're here to do, the mission, just literally coming to the aspect of renewing itself. We're at a new start, but it's not necessarily a completely new start. It's more like a rejuvenation of energy, a rejuvenation with energy with the moon and the sun, because we're coming into the aspect of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius now is in the sign of Jupiter, which is its home sign. So Gemini and Jupiter, they're perfect for each other energetically, whether you be a rising or a sun. Or the aspect of that is this energy of inner child and expansion and abundance and communication, even though we are in a Mercury retrograde right now. But it's bringing home something really like this gift is arriving, this gift of light, this gift of love, this gift of children, this gift of abundance, this gift of expansion. And I really feel that this playful energy, even involving the sign of Leo, because it's the light or the Holy Sun, revolving around in the cosmos. This energy is coming together and bringing us into a harmonization union period. And this year is really marking into this year, into 2019. We're coming on a journey of expansion again, a journey of community in the earth, of creating a new earth, of creating a new energetic frequency for all humanity to rise in. And we're coming into that aspect of creating that with each other in our unions, in all aspects. And we've literally let go of a lot of karma. And now we're coming to this aspect of the holiness, the holy light that we've always been. And I believe humanity is rising in that right now. So I'm really excited to be doing this course and this beautiful memberships site, calling in that energy, the codes of creation of the new earth for the 144. That is why we came. We came here to do this with our beloveds, and we're doing this right now. And there were things that had to be looked at, and now that we've looked at that, we can ring the bell and say, congratulations, welcome home. So that's how I want to start this reading. A really joyful message of light, just spreading the light, being the light, having the inner child awakened. And let's get into the reading. So the energy of this whole thing is about the coming home of the beloved. The coming home of the beloved. The beloveds, the birds, the messages. It's just coming home right now. They are coming home. It's literally like we've shed the war skin and we've come into our peace and love essence within all the layers that were all underneath that. And that is something I believe the whole earth has been shedding, that energy of the stuff that stuff we didn't need. And now we're coming home to there is no separation, there is no war. It is actually peace on earth. And that is the celebration of this holy light coming through, this holy union, these holy grail codes, this holy aspect of love, releasing the old energy that maybe surrounded your union that was a little heavy, and now it's we're here again, we're in love, we're happy, let's get married. It's that kind of aspect. So it's really beautiful, this coming home. And below all these energies, this was the card actually below. I just want to show you the layers of the cards because there are beautiful cards here today. We have the lovers. So this is the eternal beloveds. This is the extra card in the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot. The borderless version, even though this has a border right here. I believe in less borders, yes. So we have the Lover's card, which is the energy of Gemini for this full moon, in the aspect of the crowning of the whole essence of the reading. So we have the Lover's card. They're very illuminant beings. They're beautiful. They're embracing each other. They're in love. They're in happiness. They're one. They're merging on all levels. They're one on all levels. So this is so beautiful. Smell that lovely vanilla essence. They're one on all levels. And here we have this energy, that balance, that all aspects coming into balance. I believe the lovers, the twins, are coming into balance right now. They're coming into divine balance, which I was talking about earlier. Divine balance, the wheel. It is also the wheel of abundance, but it's about finding that balance with the divine masculine, divine feminine, the internal, the external world, the messages, abundance of love. I'm really feeling this abundance of love, of messages, renewing the union, renewing the mission, renewing the journey, and getting ready to embark on the next level of ascension together, on the mission, on the road together, on the journey, at home. However you're doing this, you're doing it in perfect flow of harmony of love. So that's what's crowning it. For the aspect of divine feminine, this is really interesting. She's looking in the external world, and this is almost a very masculine aspect in the energy of fire and creation. she's looking outside of herself, or she has been. And it's really interesting because the divine masculine, I'm just going to like review the energy right now of the whole reading. He's looking inside and she's looking outside. And the aspect of what she's doing while she's looking outside, it's like the blossoming energy, the holy flame is within her. It's not outside of her, but sometimes when the masculine is looking within, she needs to look without. And she's like, okay, do I go for a run? Do I go travel the world? What do I kind of do? What do I need to do? And the 3 symbolizes that holy aspect of 3, the Trinity, which is actually the energy we're going into next year, because we come from 11, which is 2, if you calculate the whole year together, 2018. So 2019 is going to be the 3, which is about creating the Holy Trinity, which is a lot about children, an aspect of bringing Holy Spirit down from the divine union, because you have masculine, feminine, and then you have God, which is the Grail, which creates the Holy Trinity, or the child coming through from that holy aspect of the Holy Grail, the holy, cup that they drink from. And that's this process that's going through right now, whether you have a child or not, or having a child with your twin, the next child with your twin, or even the marriage, because that aspect of God consciousness, new Christed light, is the Holy Trinity. So she's looking outside for like messages and signs. He's looking inside. And she's blossoming this new alchemical energy. And here we have 2. So this 2 energy of love, of awakening, of 11, of 11, which we're in this month right now. We're coming into Thanksgiving, and then we're going to December. So there's this whole energy just kind of coming together right now, especially from the Lion's Gate into 11, now into this full moon in Gemini, and it's like bringing everything together. So I think the divine feminine is like honing everything together, like may the force be with you, like that kind of thing. The energy of the light hands, the codes, everything's just coming through right now. And there's this aspect of sacred convergence that's coming through, that's like crowning the divine feminine. And it's another 11. So we're going through these portals, divine feminines, with our divine masculine. We're coloring this new aspect of hope, infinity, and creation of the new earth. And this new picture of like transforming the old story of war and separation now into wholeness, into union, into creation, and into that external essence of the outer world. So divine feminine, you're really looking at the outer world right now, what needs to change, almost like taking a divine masculine empowered internal external step and creating this convergence with your divine beloved, with your inner power, your inner feminine energy, your inner flame. And the divine masculine is like honing in the divine feminine in a queen-like space. So holding the throne almost for the divine feminine and being quite internal about it. And it's just aspect that it is a divine feminine energy that he's holding, but there is this magic and wisdom coming through this teaching. So it's almost like he's holding the space for her to create in the external world. I talk about that the divine masculine holds the space for the divine feminine, because within the crown or his heart, he knows they are meant to be together. Even if the divine feminine is looking kind of outside right now, but she's honing in that inner power of creating into the external, and he's kind of honing in with the love inside. And this aspect of, seeing her as a teacher, seeing her as the queen, seeing them as the beloveds, and then he knows within his heart that this is who they are and this is who she is. So it's kind of like he's empowering her to rise up. And she is speaking her words into the external world, which is creating this divine convergence, this sacred convergence, this inner divine feminine power, because he is coming home. He's coming home to himself. He's coming home to the beloved who is himself. And together they create this new universe. And that is what the divine mission is all about right now. It's about creating this aspect of divinity in a new foundation of light, and the new foundation and the new codes of creation and the new earth. And seeing them, actually, if you look up at the throne, they're already there together, the two lions. They are coming in this aspect of this divine sacred love. And together they're teaching these energies of creation, these energies of showing leaders or showing children the way forth to create a new earth, because we already know these divine children hold everything they need to know in order to create in this world, because they are coming forth for that reason from the galactic into creation on this planet. So that's a lot, this teaching, this wisdom, the fertility. The divine masculine is holding space for the feminine right now. The feminine is kind of like doing the sacred alchemy with him and looking outside. What needs to shift? What needs to change? How do we move this forward? But he is coming home. Like the internal thing that connects them is the coming home. It's the lovers. It's the balance of divine feminine, divine masculine within the world, the abundance, which was a big picture we were all looking at within this last year, creating the new abundance, creating abundance in a new way, but also looking at the aspect of that everything is divine energy, so everything is abundance. And money is a source of divine energy of creation, a source for us to do that. It's just having to look at it in a new aspect. And that alchemy is created from the divine feminine, divine masculine into the earth, gridding the codes, gridding the planet with amazing light codes, and transforming that space of the internal into the external. So that is a very, very powerful energy. In the internal space, we're going to go, this is, I was saying it's like crown, now we're going to the third eye. We have the union cup. We literally have this card of union, this cup of love, the holy grail. The message is the bird falling into the cup, which is some signs we sometimes see on the journey. And it's the Ace of Cups. It's like the lotus flower becoming the Ace of Cups. The union is like so on. Look at that. It's so on right now. And the lovers is below that. And we have the Ace of Cups. So it's really beautiful energy. And below that is just about the divine feminine, or the divine twins shining their heart. Like really shine your heart out there. Believe in it. Trust in it. That's really the energy. And again, shine your heart. The 10 of trees, imprinting anything with love and like encoding it, kissing a tree, hugging it. It's this loyalty within the union. And this is really interesting because we do have the coming home. We have the Ace of Cups, right? We have shining your heart. It's like the heart chakra of the world is completely transformed. And that was actually one of our intentions on this mission, and in our mission, has been healing the earth heart. And that's something we did. And this has been a journey. So we are here to do that. And we are transforming that and bringing the heart and bridging the heart into the earth, and then letting that heart expand. And it's just this beautiful growth of loyalty that is within the twins. And they just know, like they're meant for each other. They were born here for each other. They were born with each other. So that we got this aspect right now coming forth. And I'm shining my heart right now to all of you and my beautiful beloved and my son. So then we have this interesting aspect of, with divine masculine, we have the energy of the Hierophant, which is really cool because above him is the Queen of Wands, okay? Then we have the Hierophant. On the other side, we have the King of Wands on the divine feminine, okay? The Queen and the King, across, like the Hierophant is literally kind of hanging out over here. And this means divine marriage. It means holy marriage. Because the Hierophant is the one that creates the structure of church, the structure of this, the teachings, all that. He's the one that like blesses them into that aspect of holy union. It's like the divine priest. So it is the divine priest. And now he's bringing these two, which they both have a staff, right? And the cat is the blessing. We have the lizard here. And we have in the beautiful energies of lions, you see their king and queen, and they both have a staff. They equal 11. You see that? 11. So that is literally the energy that is coming forth to be born of this frequency of the queen, the king and the queen coming home to each other. The Hierophant, teaching a new kind of religion. The man, the divine masculine, standing up for what he believes in the new foundation of rising up. And the divine masculine, knowing that the divine feminine is meant to be a mother, to embrace, to transform the world, and feeling that essence of the inner mother, even from his own mother, like this healed aspect of the divine feminine. So the divine masculine can feel that. He's feeling the love. So he's feeling this loyalty to commit to that energy. So that's the aspect of it. We have the King of Wands on the divine feminine, and we have daydreams and decisions. So this is a very holy energy of initiation, divine feminine rising again in the rainbow codes. The Fool energy here, like rising up from the lotus. She is the lotus again. Excuse me, I need to drink some tea. She is rising up to create and holy priestess. And again, it's like this entrance of that 11 code we have right here, walking through the doors, right? And putting that into the earth. And it's like this growth. And then we have the flower rising below all that. But here we have the divine masculine right here, standing up. And it's almost like in his throne. It's like the divine feminine is holding the energy of the divine king. The divine masculine on above is holding the code of the divine feminine queen. So here we have king and queen ready to merge and marry, and the aspect of this essence is rising right now. So, beautifully enough, we have another middle emergence, which is about the cup being handed to the twin. It's like the twin has been waiting by the tree. It's like, where is it? When is it? God is handing you the cup right now. Embracing the heart chakra, which I was just talking about, this heart emergence, this shining of the heart, the loyalty, it's all coming together, like shining and embracing the heart, rising up as the lotus, the crown, divine masculine rising in a new masculine way of the new masculine in the world, literally right here. Growth of the heart. The heart is like being reborn on earth right now. So is shining the heart and shining the heart. You see that aspect really beautifully. So that's just such a lovely energy. And here we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Cups. This is above it and this is below it. And it's like this flaming crown of a star with wings. The Elohim Seraphim. Very beautiful. So rising in love. And on the divine feminine aspect, we have the King of Cups in her heart. So I've been talking about crown, then we went to third eye, throat, and now we're in the heart aspect. The feeling energy. She's feeling this energy, and the King of Cups is not the type to talk about exactly how they feel. They share it with just being. So the divine feminine is feeling a lot of the divine masculine energy. So it's like they're feeling them, and it's like the King of Cups is there, and there's this empowerment of love going through creation aspect. This is the Ace of Stars, the Ace of Coins. This is creational aspect, actually Ace of Fire, sorry, with water. So it's passion, fire, water, and empowerment. And here we have this aspect of the king. The king is returning from the waters. The waters has been a holy energy, something of a dream I had about 20 years ago, which aspected a lot of energetics and just being truly activated into these waters of love, these waters of, holiness, the waters of the world, which is the body of the divine feminine within the world aspect. But this comes through in a divine masculine aspect on the divine feminine. So she's being empowered by his emotional feeling of loving her. Because we have the Ace of Cups right next to him, but this is the divine feminine. She's feeling her divine masculine. She's in creation mode. She's feeling powered, but she's also feeling this internal aspect of her own emotional body of water. And we're transforming that right now into a rebirth and the divine alchemy process of the divine cup. Here we have the divine aspect of the divine masculine in hermit mode going internal. So divine feminine is like feeling the energy of love, but she's externalizing it right now. Divine masculine is hermitizing it. Externalizing it, hermitizing it. Exactly. So, and the giving and receiving of energy, of abundance and love and all elements coming together, all chakras. We have the heart here, we have the crown, third eye, we have the higher aspect of Akashic records, and we have empowerment. We're all kind of putting it together right now. It's like it's coming together. And the energy of the divine masculine, which is on the divine masculine aspect, is the healer of the heart. The king of hearts is the healer. He's watching, he's observing, he's feeling. So he's kind of like watching the divine feminine as this giving and receiving energy is going on. This is truly beautiful. So you can see this flame of the heart. The love is there. The feelings are there. It's just all kind of blossoming and blooming. But it's internal. It's like he has the light within him. He's going through like this cave and he's coming outside. And the divine feminine at the same aspect is doing like the outer work. He's doing the inner work. And they're kind of like going back and forth between the energy of giving and receiving that. So it definitely comes into the Ace of Cups. So the King of Water is like rising by the divine feminine. And here we have the Hermit on the divine masculine aspect, lighting and illuminating the love right here into emergence within them. And he's embracing the love. On the aspect of what is rooting the whole thing, we have coming together. This reminds me of the Chalice Well. We went there. We did an alchemical process there with our family. What a full journey of alchemy. All right, so we have this beautiful pearl, this pearl of love, this energy of just coming together in divine union. And this illumination, like the waters are just rising. This is the Two of Cups again. And we've had the Two of Cups in the beginning, which I showed you guys about the Holy Trinity and the child. And we have that aspect of this coming together, this birthing, this cocooning energy of this commitment, this loyalty, this love, this union, this marriage, this holy union. This holy union is the marriage, the sacred union. And next to it, for the divine feminine, which she was always looking outside, she's actually having the foundation of coming home, 11:11, right? She thought she had to go run around, but actually it's all within her. It's right there in front of her. The fruits are there. The castle is there. I actually have a castle painting in the hallway. So really beautiful. This energy of love, and the twins are right there. The celebration, this wedding, it's kind of this coming together. And they're in the middle right there. And that is the divine feminine's feeling after looking and doing this externalizing alchemy just by looking and observing. And also doing this energy of what needs to be shifted. And then for the divine masculine, it's like messages of love, right? This rising of love within the internal waters of this process that has been going on. So that is the reading, everyone. It's the Page of Cups, messages of love from the divine masculine, and the foundation of the 11:11 of the divine feminine within her castle. So king and queen are coming home. So that is a reading for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. Know the union is here. And we are rising in love right now. The Ace of Cups is literally rising out of the waters. And this is something they've been doing since before they were born. So know that this process has been quite the full-on one. If I'm sure you're all feeling this, but they're already on their thrones. The castle is like, the foundation is pretty much there. And the love exists within all aspects. If you look at all these cards, it's really, really, really beautiful. So lots of Ace of Cups, a few Lovers cards, the Two of Cups. It's literally this coming home and the celebration of love. So namaste, everyone. Thank you again. The snow is coming to you. And come and join our transmission and the New Earth, New Codes of Creation course and membership at Holy Union. All right, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for illuminating this now with me and this Holy Union. I know all of you have been through quite the ride. We have two as well. And I'm sending you these beautiful light codes. I'm here for you. And I look forward to doing all the beautiful transmissions and sessions with all of you of Divine Union Alchemy and beautiful energies of co-creation of the New Earth course. So looking forward to this new energy coming forth. Truly feeling blessed and loved by all of you. Send you lots of love and namaste. Mwah. And come and join the transmission tonight. Blessed full moon and Gemini of the Holy Twins.